YouTube, we got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the One Drop V2. So the One Drop V2 is Vilmos Zoltan Kiss. It's his new signature. Kiss. Vilmos Zoltan Kiss. It's his new signature with One Drop yo-yos. It is a follow-up to the very awesome Valor. It came out several years ago. And more or less, it is really just kind of an upgrade, in my opinion, to the Valor. But we'll get into that. Let's talk about the specs first. The weight is 66.15 grams. The width is 43.5 millimeters. And it has a 56.77 millimeter diameter. One Drop Flow Groove response pads, 4.62 millimeter gap width, One Drop 10 ball bearing, 7075 aluminum, super heavy bead blast, and it's a tapped axle. No side effects on this. They've been doing last two were tapped axle. So next one I'm expecting, actually last three were tapped axle. So I'm expecting side effects next. Side effects. Anyway. Let's get into the V2. So the V2, like I said, is really just an upgrade, in my opinion, to the Valor. So here's the Valor. As you can see, very similar profile, but got this nice little sort of cut in here, almost kind of giving it like an HV shape. Very cool there. Adding some extra rim weight. It is super thin right here, and that's what the 7075 aluminum will do to you. Notice how this sort of has the pure matte finish. Not that great for grinds, especially with the 7075 aluminum. It's a little sticky. This is super heavily bead blasted. Great for grinds. As you can see, the cup is a little more refined on the V2 as well. It's really just, it's longer spinning, it's more stable, and it's more powerful. So really just kind of upgraded, and better grind finish. So really just kind of upgraded across the board with that. It might be a hair wider than the original Valor, and you kind of get more of a like bigger like kind of gap in there. And I think the gap with it being at 4.62 millimeters, a little wider as well. I think this was just 4.5 millimeters. So I mean, overall great. This is actually probably one of the most performance-based or competition-based one drops that I've played ever, and probably one of the most competition-oriented one drops that they've done in a long time. This would fit perfectly in any competitive scene. Stacks up to every competitive yo-yo factory, but you know, has that sort of one drop flair to it. So you know, plays like a Lamborghini. We'll put it that way. Great for fast play. Great for long spin times, long combos. Comes off the string nicely. Just, I mean, really good. It would actually be really good for horizontal too. You'd want to change the flat bearing out, so you would reduce some more of that string drag on the response pads. If you were going to do a lot of horizontal with it, you'd want a more centering bearing. But I really like the One Drop flat bearing. For whatever reason, I just feel like they all play better with them in it. And so I generally just leave them unless something goes wrong with the bearing or something. So really enjoying that. Thumb grind lip is there. You could even finger spin with it. I mean, nothing to stop you anyway. I wouldn't say it's like a finger spin lock-in monster or anything like that, but nothing to stop you from finger spinning it. And it's really just a good yo-yo. Really good. Very competition-oriented. I was actually very surprised with how powerful and how stable it was. It is super powerful, super stable. I mean, I would say as good for competition as any of the bimetals out there right now. Just a really great yo-yo, and a great follow-up to the Valor as well. But that's probably enough of me rambling on. Let's go throw it around. I'll show you guys what it can do. Alright, and we are back with the One Drop V2. So One Drop V2, I mean, just really powerful. Like, kind of really fast too. Very fast yo-yo. Lots of rim weight, not a lot of center weight. They really thinned out the body as much as they could to remove weight, get all the weight up into the rim, which is not huge because 7075 aluminum is heavy. Doesn't play heavy though, plays very fast. and very stable as well. Super smooth, super silent. I love the one-drop bearings. I think they're great. Grind's great. Thumb grind's great. Very easy to do both because you got a super heavy bead blast. Barely slows down at all. Big thumb grind lip under there. Easy to catch. The bead blast, I mean, this is great for grinds. I mean, this is really like phenomenal. It's kind of like the muggiest week of the year, and this thing still grinds like dead of winter, so gotta love that. Super powerful, super stable, super long spinning. I mean, really like everything you want for like a competition type yo-yo, which is kind of off the beaten path for one drop a little bit, but it's a signature yo-yo, so Zoltan gets what he wants. Actually, hold on, let's get the yo-yo in there. Zoltan, anyway. Super, super good. I've been really enjoying this a lot. Kind of been... A lot of other yo-yos have been not getting play because I got this in the overture. It's like, well, they're pretty contrasting. What else do I need to play? Let's just play these two yo-yos till the end of time, or until I get more yo-yos. But super good for that stuff. I have the flat bearing in there right now, so it's not gonna be the best for finger spins. But you can definitely get them. Nothing to stop you, really. There we go. That actually wasn't bad. Really good for just like getting it off the string. Easy to catch on the string. And even if it hits your hand, that bead blast and that super powerfulness doesn't really kill the spin time at all. Rejects pretty well. Nothing really to stop you there. Comes off the string real nice. And even like rejects really well. That I think is a testament to the one-drop flow groove response pads. They're just so good and so reliable that it's just you can get whatever you want out. Like you get whatever you want out of it. So kudos to One Drop for just being excellent and designing an excellent yo-yo, because this thing is phenomenal. Also, as you would expect, dead smooth. You can feel the bead blast a little bit, but I mean, there's no vibe. Zero vibe. 10 out of 10. Worth every penny of its $100 price tag. Truthfully, one of the best performance yo-yos to come out in quite a while, and I mean, just a great yo-yo. Fun to play, handles anything you want it to do. I can't say enough good about it. Really, really great. Hard to put down. I kind of don't want to talk to you. I kind of just want to play yo-yo. But let's go ahead and we'll head back to the desk. We'll take it apart. I'll show you the insides. We'll do pros and cons. Alright guys, we are back on the desk with the One Drop V2. So let's take this thing apart. Profile shot. See, there's like a step in there. Comes apart beautifully, as you would expect. Sort of a shorter axle than usually you would get with a One Drop. But because it's 7075 aluminum and machined so well, I wouldn't really expect any issues with it. No stripping. I've never stripped a One Drop. I don't anticipate ever stripping a One Drop ever. So, very nice. As you can see, the bead blast, it's like masked off and it stops up to this step, which is great because it's a really heavy bead blast, and if it was blasted through that step, it would cut strings, but it's not, so it won't. And you can see it kind of shines. Very cool look as well. I like that. Extra attention to detail. That's what One Drop's all about. Excellent machining. One Drop flat bearing. It's great. I love it. If you're going to do horizontal stuff, you may want to change that out. This would be a great horizontal yo-yo for horizontal. But other than that, I mean, I see no reason to change it. It's a good bearing. Lots of cuts going on in there. Lots of cool stuff. As you can see, it sort of has this little like in cut there, almost like a step up kind of give it to like almost an H-type profile. In addition to its V-ness off-road yo-yo, he would say V-ness. I mean, just a good shape, like a nice upgrade. It seems like sort of the GT upgraded version of the Valor. If I was to compare this to other yo-yos, I would say I'd put it in like the category of like the Banshee. Honestly, it's that level of performance, that level of just good. And it's sort of that similar type of shape. The Banshee sort of takes a lot of inspiration from the Valor. And while these aren't the same yo-yo, like this has a lot more power, there's a lot more rim weight here than there is in the Banshee, or even the new Banshee. It's sort of in that vein of like, yeah, this is going to be a great yo-yo to play, but it's an awesome performer, but it's also not boring. So you sort of get the best of both worlds with this. It's really, really nicely done. I know they worked a long time on it. I know Vilmos had to fly in twice to get this all finalized and everything. And I think all of their hard work and dedication paid off, because this is a tremendous yo-yo, and I'm super excited to have it. Got it in this beautiful blue, but it comes in a lot of great colors. Let's do pros and cons. Pros: speed blasted for amazing grinds. Huge thumb grind lift, easy to catch. Super powerful, spins forever, super stable, amazing. And I mean, there's really no cons. It's really, what do you want this yo-yo to do? Oh, it'll do that really well. The only, again, thing, the one drop bearing is kind of a like hit or miss for everybody. Some people love it, like myself. For me, it's like, oh man, I love one drops. I love the bearing. It just has that feel. It's so good. Some people are like, no, I need a centering bearing. That's fine. To each his own. I find that if the one drop bearing starts giving you trouble, if you take the shields out, or like if it gets loud, it seems like the shields are what make it loud. So if you pull out the shields and then, you know, clean it and lube it and all that stuff, you get it back to dead smooth and dead silent. But this one hasn't given me any issues yet, so I've not done anything to it. Yeah, you know, I would say if there's a con, which it's not a con for me, is that like, if you want to use it for horizontal, because it'd be great at that, you're gonna want to change out the bearing to something more centering. But that's not a con. That's really just like a different feature if you're gonna do those kinds of tricks with it, which you totally could, and it would be great for it. So I guess that's another pro, that it's just like One Drop showed that they could totally do high-end competition yo-yos, and they can be as good or better than just about everything else on the market, even in a monometal. So yeah, this kind of is worth every penny. It will beat out a lot of yo-yos in its price range, including bimetals, just in overall performance, feel, and quality of design. I really love One Drop yo-yos. That's not a secret, and I really love this yo-yo. You should pick this yo-yo up. It's very good. You will not regret it. I assure you of that. That's going to do it for me today, though, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I do videos all the time, although not as much now that I got a new job and my kids are back in school. But I'm still doing my best to get a few out, at least like 4 or 5 every week. So, cheers to you. I'll see you next time.